Welcome to FX Street. If you like what we're talking about, head on over to YouTube, join our channel by hitting that subscribe button. Follow Akash and I individually on Twitter, Akash at Mangyeko0, and myself at Just Analysis 1. Taking a look at Cardano. Cardano's kind of been the only bright spot in the major cryptocurrency, major market cap cryptos and just cryptos in general. Cardano's been doing very well. I mean, fundamentally, there's a lot of news out about how there's a ton of stuff being built metaverse-wise on it. It's got a couple good dexes coming out. Vitalik Buterin did a poll. I don't know why he did this poll. It was a poll on, if Ethereum wasn't the crypto most transactions are done on, what would you pick? And he had a whole bunch of other cryptos selected, and Cardano was the winner of those. So that's a big deal. And I think just over the weekend, Cardano had the second largest transactional volume of all blockchains, just after Bitcoin. That's kind of there's a lot of, historically, January is a pretty bullish month for Cardano anyways. Cardano generally does very well January and February. So price action wise, this was not a big surprise. We talked about this kind of ad nauseum for the last couple weeks, but on the monthly chart, it looks very, very bullish here on the bottom right. Staying above the point of control and kind of getting back into the December open near that $1.53, $1.54 zone, doing pretty nicely. A little bit of a pullback today, but that should be expected. It's had a fairly sizable drive up over a short period of time. You look at last Tuesday, and you go to the high that we've had. It's been up 45.8%. It's still up 34% from last week's open. A week ago today, that open, a little bit of a pullback here. Totally normal. It's inside the cloud, which is a miserable, horrible place to be. The rejection here in the RSI, because the RSI is still in the bear market on the daily chart. 65 is the last overbought level. You do have some bearish divergence now between the composite index. You are at near the top of the part of the extremes in the optics band. So a little bit of a pullback here is totally normal and expected. I would anticipate that the downside pressure will be limited to around that $1.40 zone. That's where the bottom of the cloud is at. Tenkan Sen and the Kijun Sen. Lots of support structure now down below Ichimoku wise. I continue to see it pushing up towards that $2 range, and downside risks limited to that $1.40 level. That's what I see, Akash. I'll pass it off to you.
Thank you, John. It is seen a nice pop, like I mentioned, a 44% up since the weekly open, and it kind of coincides pretty well with this daily supply zone here, ranging from 1.54 to 1.76, which also harbors this weekly resistance level at 1.67, which also coincides with the 100-day moving average. So although it did fall short and didn't retest this simple moving average, I kind of see it coming all the way down this yearly open level here is at 1.3, which also pretty nicely coincides with this daily demand zone here. So we found another demand zone here after dipping into the one over here, which is 1.01 to 1.20. So I'm expecting Cardano to come all the way down into this demand zone, the newly formed demand zone ranging from, oh my god, they're all blue, 1.2 to 1.35, and a bounce off of this demand zone here could be the key to overcoming this daily supply zone. So kind of see if I were to play this out. Yeah, so this is what I see. I would be entering long positions at 1.33 and taking profits at this weekly resistance level here at 1.87, which is just above the 200-day moving average. And I would generally like to place my stop loss below this demand zone here, but for this particular scenario, I'm going to place it below this weekly support at 1.20, because that has been crucial, as you can see here. So yeah, I see another 40% upswing for Cardano. But from an on-chain perspective, right, this kind of seems a little impossible because
There's nothing impossible with Cardano. It does not exist in its vocabulary.
okay.
It's the next
Hold up.
Bitcoin. Say it.
Yeah. Hold up. So what level was this? Is 1.8, right? So I said anything beyond this kind of seems impossible. 1.8. We have 1.5. This is possible. So yeah, this massive cluster here, which ranges from $2 to $2.2, is where roughly 588,000 addresses purchase 7.64 billion, 46 billion ADA. So this is going to be a formidable level, which is from 2 to 2.2. These two levels here, the final boss for Cardano, beyond which I kind of see it going all the way up to its all-time high again. Man, this Cardano kind of, I knew this was coming, but still, I cannot, I don't know, I'm kind of lost at a loss with words to describe this 53% upswing here for Cardano. It all happened so quickly. So,
Because Ethereum's going to die off, and it's going
whoa,
to
whoa.
it's just going to, I mean, I don't know whether it's going to be Cardano or not, but I mean, the amount of things shifting off of Ethereum and its cost and inability to scale, despite its pretty looking roadmap. I mean, I I look at Ethereum, and I don't want to like take too long on this, but I look at Ethereum like IBM back in the 90s. Oh yes, it was awesome, it was amazing, but look at where it's at now. It's just this big, bloated, like cumbersome, really expensive,
Mhm.
important entity, but there are other players in this space, and um, yeah, thinking that Ethereum's going to always be number two is that's not how things go. But yeah, that's
Okay,
what I
Mr.
see.
ADA Bull. And I think another thing that's helping ADA's case, um, not from a technical standpoint, but Solana's shortcomings have kind of helped Cardano, which is also an ETH competitor or ETH killer, so to speak. So yeah, I think to sum this up, right, I absolutely see Cardano retracing all the way down to the yearly open at 1.3 and bouncing off of this daily demand zone here. And from here, I want to enter long, see a 40% upswing, a little above the 200-day moving average at 1.82, 1.87. But this is where I think the upsides for Cardano is capped, as you notice here from an on perspective, 2.0 to $2.2 is contains a lot of underwater investors. So we're going to see quite a bit of selling pressure here when we reach the $2. But other than that, I think Cardano is pretty safe from a short-term perspective. But if I do have to mention this particularly demands the liquidity pool here ranging from 0.92 to 1.01, which is an extremely wild card scenario sort of stuff because I only see this being I see this level being pierced by Cardano if we kind of see Bitcoin crash down to 30K. So in that particular scenario, I wouldn't be surprised if Cardano dips below $1. So that's pretty much it for Cardano.
All right. Well, thanks, Hater, and thank you everybody else for, for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.